Got kind of a light day today. Scrolling through, not too much. Got some fittings, quite a bit actually. Some compressors. We got Guy DeMarco, local guy, picked up some compressors, whatnot, some Dominator bags. So this one's just going standard door to door. So Marco will shop for like our best rate on the computer and whatnot. So like we offer free shipping for everybody. Any orders over 50 bucks on our website. So we do shopping for the best rate here on our part. We go to work for the customer and we shop for the most efficient, get you the product the fastest way possible.
Some people pay for their shipping. Like they'll request like a FedEx or they'll request UPS or something, and they'll pay for what they want. Specifically, if they want like a 2-day or something like that, they'll pay a little bit extra, and then we'll just make sure we ship it that way that they want it. So these packages right here, they're super small and light. So it's best for us to just ship them USPS, because like with FedEx, FedEx would charge us a little bit more to ship something like that. What you know about this, Brian? You're too young for this West Side Connection, bro. You know nothing about this, huh?
We make an underdash mount for the ride controller, the airlift controllers.
Yeah, show them that one.
Yeah. This one right here. Right here, this is actually somebody that purchased one of our products that we make here in-house. This is our underdash mount for our airlift controller. So you mount it up under your dash and it sits nice and low profile so that all you see is the controller hanging under the dash. And then you can obviously take the controller off, fold it up, make the mount disappear completely. We'll organize the orders as they come in what they are. So that way we can process and move the product out the door as efficient as possible on our end. So right now we're moving pressure switches.
Yeah, I'm a woman, bro. For sure, bro. Yeah,
we got Narco Marco back here in shipping.
Right.
Member of the Wu-Tang Clan.
Wu-Tang Clan. Hey, it's harder in those strides, bro. You gotta know all the Wu-Tang songs.
Not so much going on this week. We came back from Cruise the Pines. Still had a lot to do on the boat, so it's all back together. We're gonna try it out this weekend. Tons of work still going on the Dixon 55 truck. The bed, the sheet metal work just takes a lot of time, so we're just being really meticulous about that stuff. Jose Pena's 65 Impala convertible. We were working on the brake kits for that, kind of fighting with getting those bled out. We also brought in a Chrysler 300. Very patient customer, Chris Trainer, been waiting on and bringing that in. He's got some air leaks, he's got some issues that he just kind of wants us to go over. Today's Friday, we brought in this 70 Chevelle. We're just gonna do a little measuring session on it. We wanna order some wheels for it, and you order custom wheels, you know, you don't wanna mess up. You wanna do it the right way the first time, and then, you know, your tolerances are really tight, so you wanna make sure the fitment's really good. Really enjoying doing videos again. I hope you guys enjoyed the debut episode, the return episode. Days of Our Guys. That's not a bad title right there. I like that. So, what? Yeah, Todd's here all the time, man. We see Todd and his guys.
Tanks, bags, fittings, all the stuff you usually get. You know, come in, ransack the place. This is for Jerry's 97 Crew Cab Dually and Ryan's 82 C30. We're doing all the suspension, bag work, lay frame, 22s, all the big stuff.
1 or 2 times a day minimum, every single week, Monday through Friday. Upcoming project, Dino purchased an 86 K20 long bed single cab truck. So that's 8-lug 4-wheel drive, and we ordered a big lift for it, 12-inch super lift coming in for it, some 20x12 hostile wheels, and some gnarly 40-inch Yokohama Geolanders. We are gonna start working on the 59 Impala. Parts showed up this afternoon for that, just minor stuff. Window regulator, window channel, some parts to get that working right. Brakes are leaking, the booster's leaking, so we got a new booster for it. Just tighten that up a little bit. We should be working on that this week too. Yeah, hey guys, thanks for watching. We appreciate it. We love the feedback. We do have some news. You know, we're moving. We secured a new building in the complex, almost tripling our size. Got a bitchin' mezzanine upstairs, lots of parts storage. So hoping to see that move happen July 1st.
So we got this 1959 Chevy Impala in today that we Had done the air ride on a while back, did a full AccuAir level and everything, and had some problems with the driver window, little runnability issues, some other little things. So we're kind of going through the car right now, just making a punch list of things that, see, we have to do a driver window regulator and some other parts in there that have just gotten old. I mean, it's a 1959, this stuff's aging. Yeah, we can work on almost anything on a vehicle as far as from building it to just maintenance. Maintenance is not something that's generally our forte, but for our repeat customers, we'll delve into it if it's something that we can keep relatively simple. Got a leaky brake booster, we're losing some vacuum there, so it's causing our runnability issue with our engine. The 59 Impala is pretty much just all around cool. You can't really point out one thing. I mean, it has a really spaceship kind of feel, look to it. Everything is curved and bent. There's just so many things going on. The 59 is a beautiful vehicle. There aren't too many people that'll tell you they don't like them. It's an iconic lowrider car. This one fixed up with the booty kit on the rear and the True Ray wheels. It's an iconic lowrider. It may not be a lowrider to some, but to me the 59 is only a lowrider. And I think the only thing that I would change on this car is the tires and wheels are a little big for me, but I think it needs some 13. Other than that, it's a nice piece. That's what she calls it, I think, the free up. You know, your first lowrider clubs started to come on board in late 70s or late 60s, early 70s, but the car culture had been going long before that. I mean, at that point in time in 59, nobody would have been lowriding one yet. Yeah, because it was a brand new car then, you know. This would have been some family's car for sure.
We're gonna be busy cracking away for the next couple days, putting together some raw tubes, 3-gallon, 5-gallon square tanks. One out here for you. Got one right here. In the raw finish with spun bottle. Yeah, square tanks, they're rated up to 200 PSI. These bad boys in the raw finish are fully customizable. You can go with pretty much any type of color, type of finish you want. A lot of people do the Cerakote on them. They come with the billet end caps, connecting rods as well. Get crazy with those and customizing them different colors. Paint them, powder coat them. Do whatever you please. Yeah, it's a pretty easy process going together. So the raw setup's gonna be loosely assembled. So we get it into the customer's hands so that they can take it and reassemble it in any custom fashion that they want. So it comes with full instructions, you know. We'll walk you through it as we go. So our setup here is pretty simple actually. You get your little baggie of hardware. For our loosely assembled setups, on the full raw tubes, 2 O-rings like that. You get 6 3/8 plugs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4 1/8 inch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anti-seize, lube, sealed up. Square Tank, you can actually visit our website at www.squaretank.com. Hit the website and you can actually build your own tank. You can select from our 3 and 5 gallon tanks. Take your billet end caps, choose your different finishes between tungsten, black, and raw. We even offer a polished finish. Match your end rods with it as well. Oh yeah, I've got 26 pending tanks I'm gonna put out hopefully by the end of this week. I've got everything from international, some are going to Australia, and some are staying here all over across the United States as well. I'm actually gonna pull these out here. So this is actually an order that we have of all of my raw setup. So these are my raw connecting rods and my raw end caps, both my left and right side. 5-gallon connecting rods and 3-gallon connecting rods. I'm gonna get these over to Diamond Jim. We're gonna get these all polished up for our polished end cap and connecting rod finish. Right now we're gonna get cracking on all of his raw setups. He did order 8 black ones, all black. I've already got those made ready for him, so we're gonna crank out these raw, loosely assembled, get these in his hands ASAP.
So I've got a 1965 Cadillac Coupe de Ville. Right now what James is doing is going to be installing an airlift 3H system. I guess I'll take this box right here because, you know, it was damaged in transit. We don't want to ship that one out.
They used to have that business together. They've always been start at 9 o'clock.
Hey, James, I got some stuff for you.
Well,
Yeah, right. Hey, and it wasn't damaged in shipping.
oh, why don't you put it over there?
I didn't do it.
Put it over there in the car.
Yeah, it looks good in the shop. We should have it here more often. Should I get all my trash out of here?
Yeah. No, I'm gonna sit on that tool thing and work.
You want me to set up the lawn chair?
So I'm gonna focus on getting the valve in there, and then I see we have some extra compressor feet over here.
Yeah, was that one that we put in there that didn't work?
Yeah, so we can use those feet for now to keep the rattle down, and
Yeah.
then we can talk to the boss about the.
The compressor just sliding its way in there.
Yeah, let's see what he says.
It just has to make an appearance, you know what I'm saying? This product here is the Airlift 3H system, which is an upgraded version of the 3P system. The system actually, as we're going to be installing it right now, we're going to hold off on actually installing the height sensors. We're actually in a separate box with this box right here. And we're just going to work it as solely a 3P system, which is pressure-based only. So I'm full air suspension right now, running some 15-inch wires, front and rear Slam Specialties airbags, Ride Tech HQ front and rear shocks, so I can dial in that ride quality for the perfect dampening. It just needs a big upgrade in the air suspension. This air suspension went in about 13 years ago, and it's finally gone bad. So we need to do what we can to fix it, and the Airlift 3H system's the way to go. Oh, well, I kind of figured that was on point. I like it.
These are going to be our dual compressor wiring kits. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another segment of Know About It. Today we're going to go over our dual compressor wiring kits. Everything you're going to need to wire up your dual compressor is going to be included in here. Even got a nice diagram for you with color. You're going to have all your power wire, your wire connectors, your clamps to hide it all away, wire loom. Everything you need is included to wire up your dual compressor kit. These are going to be for when you purchase a dual pack of compressors. It's going to have everything you need to wire it up. We also offer it in a single compressor kit if you're running just one compressor.
So the 65 Impala, it's getting all Ride Tech suspension, airbag, pretty much all the suspension replaced. All of these parts are what comes out, and it gets all new stuff put in. So James is working on this 65 Impala. This guy's another customer that's brought us a lot of work lately, and he's an Impala collector, it seems like, so he's just got a bunch of them. Full Ride Tech suspension, airbags, brake upgrades, things like that. It makes these cars ride super nice. It's a really nice way to do it because you're getting all new parts, all new suspension front to rear, so you're getting new sway bars and everything, so the car rides like new.
So we have everything together now. Unfortunately, we're waiting on some brakes that are lagging behind a little bit, so the car's kind of sitting pretty waiting for that. Everything else is finished suspension wise, but we do have a pretty major oil leak here, and unfortunately it's the oil pan. Usually the engine has to come completely out for that. With Jason's help, maybe hang this engine up a little bit enough to get the pan out and replace the gasket, see why we're leaking all that oil, because he's leaking bad enough that it's not really us, it's a safety issue.
Every time it comes in the shop now, it's got a trail of oil drips behind it, so it's...
Hopefully we'll get those parts this week, get this oil leak fixed. He's got another one waiting to come in right after it. So it's a 65 Impala convertible. It's the first year of the fastback style, kind of more the modern Impala from the 64. A lot of people really like this car because it retains some of the 64 styling, the taillights, the grille. I personally like 66 the next year. When it comes to Impalas, it's all which one speaks to you the most, you know, but yeah, the 65.
I don't like Impalas, but you know, that's just me.
The 65 is definitely the first one that starts to be a more modern car from the 58 to 64. Jose, he's just he's a cool guy. He owns a local business here and put some cars in his collection lately.
He must like us because he keeps bringing them to us. So
this is number 3 for us, yeah, through the shop here. The Ride Tech kit actually goes together really easy on this car. It's the rear here, you can see everything is complete. Rear sway bars, all adjustable links, and then we're doing the full Airlift 3H on this, so it's got all the level ride control and everything with the Ride Tech shock. Front end, when you do the front end, there's some trimming that's got to be done here in the spring pocket to clear this shock wave, but really and honestly, it's a very easy kit. If you know nuts and bolts, it kind of just goes together. We got the Noise Boys here today, looking at the 65 for Jose. Jose was wanting to maybe put a little more stereo in it and have a little more sound. With the big block in the car, he has a little trouble hearing the music.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Johnny Blaze with Noise Boys Garage. Today we're at Switch doing a little bit of R&D on the 65 Impala here. We're gonna go ahead and be replacing the coax for some components. We'll be adding a 4-channel amplifier. We're gonna go ahead and do probably some 6.5s back in the back. Usually there's a single 6.5 speaker or something smaller back here in the center. We're gonna do 2, one on each side. Those will be hidden. And then in the trunk, we're gonna go ahead and change up a couple of things for him. We're gonna go ahead and replace the kicker comp. So we're gonna do something a little bit beefier for him. And as far as the enclosures go, we're gonna build some new enclosures. We're gonna keep the paneling very similar. If not, try to save the factory paneling here. Not the factory, but the aftermarket paneling that he already has. And just basically redo the enclosure. As you can see here, there's only 1/4 inch for the baffle. And obviously for the sound quality, it's just not gonna work. So we're gonna go ahead and replace the enclosures, build some new ones, some new speakers, along with 2 amplifiers, one for the bass and 1 4-channel. We specialize in audio interior work. My sons that are part of the company with us, and they help me basically do everything from A to B. I build a lot of iPad dashes for customers all over the country. They send me their iPad dash bezel. I modify it, build it, test fit it with my own iPad, and then paint it, ship it back. You know, I've been doing that for quite a few years. So again, I'm Johnny Blaze with Noise Boys Garage.
These are going on Dino's C20 truck. Lifted 12 inches with a super lift. They're almost taller than you are.
This what we're going for now. It's gonna go on a 86 long bed 4x4. I haven't done a lifted truck in a while. I have no idea how I'm gonna get in it, but we'll figure that out. I was just doing my part to kind of get it running a little bit better and stuff like that, and getting all the parts up. I'm in between, like the panel truck, waiting on some parts for that. So I haven't done a lifted truck in a while, and I'm stoked about doing it. So yeah, if my kid, like Dino, is into mountain biking, if he wanted to take it to throw his bike in the back and go, it'll be. I mean, the Switch is doing it, so they don't, it'll all be right. There won't be anything janky. Back in the day, we talked about this. When we used to do these big lifts like this, I mean, there wasn't any of these parts available. So we would heat things, bend things, space things. The technology got so much better now. So the super lift kit we have, I think we're gonna be solid. If you're gonna do one of these trucks, just get a long bed. And it's got big axles on it. It's got, I think it's I don't know if it was a 40 in the front, I can't remember, but I really wanted to go bigger tire, but this is really the biggest thing you can run on the street without having too much if somebody else is, like, I think it'll work perfect. Well, you could go 40s. They even make, they make some really big stuff. Those guys in Texas will make fun of us because it's probably a baby tire for them, but I did take all the stickers off the truck, the black truck, after I did that race because I couldn't get anybody street race me after that. The good thing about this truck is that I at least won't get any cats stuck in it. I have the cat ranch right now. It's funny you say that because now I have 13 kittens, which be watching for. I'm going to be getting those up for adoption. Really good cats. You have a chance to get some really good cats. So I have about 31 in my cat colony, which is I've had for 16 years, and they're all trapped and released, neutered and trapped and released. There's probably right now, going down to 51, there's probably a cat hitchhiking to my house right now. So I got way too many cats, but I got a lot of really good kittens. Yeah. You guys have been to my house. These guys have been to my house, and back in the day, a long time ago, I built a lifted truck, and it wasn't even anywhere near this. And I lifted it so high that I couldn't get out of my backyard. So it's a long bed.
You gonna upgrade axles? Or?
I'm gonna see where I'm at as far as I gotta make it run just a little bit better. I think you'd probably call it smoky. The guy that sold it to me said, "Hey man, it hasn't been a minute since it ran." So I went out there and made it run. Back in look, I still got some skills. Fired right up and did all that kind of stuff. So it just needs some.
What kept you from going 44?
Well, we couldn't find them.
Yeah, that's kind of obsolete anymore.
Yeah, they can't find the 44s. They're probably all in Texas. And those guys are all running 58s.
You know what it's going to end up looking like? This that girl we went to high school with. Yeah, it looked like her truck. She had 44s with about a 12-inch lift on a square body.
Well, I was telling Seth back in the day when we just didn't really know. I was young, and we we forgot about the pinion. So the pinion, you know, the wheels turn like this. Well, then we wanted the drive shaft to meet up, especially on a short bed truck. You have to kick that pinion
Twist
up.
it up. Yep.
Well, sometimes we'd weld, you know, we got smarter. Those guys would cut the knuckle off and weld them. I didn't have that kind of technology, so we'd just taper the block.
Yep.
So then if you stopped, it was like a tractor. Oh my God, the thing would shake you out of the truck.
Looks like I've got a little bag angle issue as far as where the airline comes out. So it's pulling on the shock and causing a leak. But did you die? Even the slightest leak makes the system weaker, and so it doesn't work as well as it should, and that's why you end up with problems. It'll bubble like crazy, start coming up out of there. So I'm just trying to see it on the boards here in its natural habitat with weight on it, so I can tell exactly what's going on. I'm going to need to move that line, so I'm trying to make a plan of how I'm going to twist this around and get this to be a little more reliable for them. I got a line that's hanging a little low for the forward bag that I don't like the way it's probably touching the ground from time to time. And then they've got some junctions between where that comes from the setup and the trunk to the back or to the bottom that are leaking. So I'm gonna be checking out a few things on the setup inside the car, make a list, get with Seth, get a quote, get on the customer, see what we're gonna do to remedy this stuff. Hey man, don't spill it on my foot. Try not to spill any. That's how I'm gonna get to work this week.
Is that enough?
Oh, get that milk carton out of there.
You steal the customer's gas.
We're borrowing it.
See nothing.
He wasn't using it.
Well, all right.
Yeah, so when you order our lift kits on our website at switchsuspension.com, or you call the shop phone here and place your order, Marco personally hand wraps them all, puts all your parts together on the pallet, hand wraps them, they show up at your front door all in one piece.
So like if you have projects, especially when you have big cars or big brakes and stuff like that, you're always looking for rollers. This wheel, it's got a multi-bolt pattern on it, so you can just take this wheel. They even have some for some like 8-lug stuff, and you can just put it on and it clears all the calipers. Now I don't know if this is 100% sure, but you can put when you put the car up, your chassis or whatever on this, it seems to make the car slide a little bit easier on this side too, side to side, to scoot it. These things are bitch. The only problem is all your friends want to borrow them. Yeah, all your friends will want to borrow them. You know what I mean? So they're multi-lug, and then like I said, for mine I had 15-inch brakes on it, and you couldn't put a regular 15-inch wheel like a roller on it, so you had to, you know. You really have so much better parking. Yeah, brother.